My opinion might not fit well with everyone, but I think Jake Paul can knock Tyron Woodley out. I think just because Tyron Woodley has been doing UFC for so long, it's just natural instinct and his habit, his stance is just not good for boxing compared to someone who's like in the peak of their 20s, where their body is physically so fit and has just been training for one sport for 4 years. And then he calls out Tyron Woodley when he's cut from the UFC and at the decline of his career. Jake Paul is so good at picking his opponents because he picks the right opponent with the right amount of risk. Because we all know that Tyron Woodley can knock him out. Tyron Woodley has knocked out so many good fighters, but now he's not in the same position. He hasn't fought the same. He definitely has the power, but I just think that Jake has just been focusing on one thing. And Tyron has a knockout power, but he's never been someone who put a lot of good combinations. He has a few good strikes, but he's more of a. In his last few fights, he was kind of searching for that one punch knockout power, which it just wasn't there. So I think my prediction is Jake Paul wins. The only advantage is Tyron Woodley's experience in the crowds, so he might actually have more composure. Ben Askren is a complete wrestler. That's why his arms were down, but I think Woodley is a bit more smaller and can strike more effectively. But at the same time, I really think Jake Paul can knock this guy out or TKO him. I'm not saying the first round, but maybe it goes to the fourth or fifth. I could see it going to six. I could see Woodley getting beat like most of the rounds and then going the full distance, and Jake winning by unanimous decision. Jake is like, I would say 3 to 4 inches taller than Woodley. So like the thing is, you guys might be a bit pissed. Like Woodley has a chance. He definitely has a chance, but in terms of striking, Jake Paul's a better boxer, and he's gonna show that in the ring. And because he's taller, younger, it's just so many advantages to his side. He's not fighting like a Kamaru Usman where he's in like the prime. He's fighting someone who's not in the prime. Is he in his 40s? I'm not sure. So like I believe if Woodley fought Logan Paul, he would have more of a chance of winning. But him fighting Jake Paul reduces his chances of winning because Jake is more serious about it than Logan. Logan is he just fights once in a while, whereas Jake is taking this thing seriously. So he's fought the better brother. He's gonna fight the better brother. I don't see him winning. I think he can clip Jake. It's basically like a Deontay Wilder situation where he has to hope to knock the guy out. That's how Woodley can win. He has to knock him out. There's no other way. He's not gonna outbox someone who's been boxing for 4 years. So that's my humble opinion. Like I'm being honest, like I don't see how he wins. And Jake's got some power too. Like he knocked out Askren in the first round. Askren had been punched really hard by some good UFC strikers, never knocked out. Jake Paul knocked him out. I don't know what's in his gloves or what this guy eats, but he's got power. He's 6'1", he's got a lot of power, he's 24. He's fighting people at the decline stage of their career where they're like 40, 38. He fought a wrestler. Now he's fighting Woodley. Now guys, if you watch UFC, you know that Woodley started as a wrestler. He submitted Darren Till. He is a wrestler who can knock you out. He's not a wrestler who can throw a lot of combinations. He's not a Max Holloway, he's not a Conor McGregor. He's way lower in terms of his striking IQ. But his striking power is more than people like Holloway. So it's sort of like he just needs to knock this guy out. I don't see him outboxing him, so his only thing is I gotta knock this guy out. So I'm being serious. I think Jake wins this, and I don't know what's next for Jake. Kamaru Usman, and a fight with Kamaru Usman. I'm not gonna say that Jake's gonna win. mean, I'm not gonna say that Jake's gonna get knocked out or even lose. I think Jake has a slim chance to win that, and you guys might call me crazy because in Usman's last fight, he knocked out Masvidal, who is a really good striker. Masvidal is a great striker, and he got knocked out by Usman, who is actually more of a wrestler. The thing is, Usman's got a lot of power. However, the reason Masvidal got knocked out was because Masvidal was worrying about the takedown and then punch game. But in a fight where there's no threat of being taken down, Usman's credibility or what he is able to do is minimized. It's like telling someone like Khabib, you're not allowed to grapple in your fight against Conor. If Khabib's not allowed to grapple, he's gonna lose. That's his thing. So with Usman, that's his thing too, but he's improving in striking. And he's a tough guy. Like Usman's got hit really hard and he steps back, he keeps coming forward and he dogs the fight out and he just wins. He just has that force, that power, some great genetics. The guy's ripped. But in terms of a Woodley fight, I don't think Woodley gets knocked out quick. Definitely not. I think the fight goes late and Jake Paul can get like a 5th, 6th round TKO. But I think Jake Paul's gonna realize that Woodley is a tough guy. Woodley has taken some horrible shots from people like Usman and Colby Covington, Gilbert Burns. He lost those fights, but he got beat up and he still stayed there. He didn't tap out, he didn't get knocked out, he didn't get TKO'd. He stayed in there and got his ass beat. He's a tough guy. So he's just gonna wait for his moment to knock him out. But he's gonna have to dog the fight out. He's gonna make it like a dog fight. He's gonna have to make Jake worry about the power. So let's say he needs to hit him in the beginning so that Jake gets worried about those counter punches, and then that mentally defeats Jake to where Woodley gets more comfortable in the ring. That's my opinion. My winner for this fight, Jake Paul.